Yes, my name is Herveta Sambedo, and I'm
Can you spell it? Sorry.
Herveta Sambedo, HERVETTASSEMBEDO.
What team do you play for?
I'm playing for Burkina Faso.
Tell me, did you grow up playing soccer? Like, what's your soccer story?
Yeah, you know, soccer is in West Africa. Presently, soccer is like one of the most famous and biggest game in West Africa. So growing up as a kid, we all played soccer because you only need one ball. You only need one ball, and then all the kids in the neighborhood will come and play, like 22 people, 25 people. So we grew up playing soccer. It was a way of communion between players and between kids. So we grew up playing soccer.
How did you hear about the Unity Cup?
I mean, I heard about the Unity Cup 3 years ago when a coach approached me because I play soccer regularly, and he approached me and asked me if I can play for him for his team. So it was Nigeria, and I played for them last year, and because they recruit teams, they recruit me, and I played for them, and it was a really great competition. So I enjoyed it, and I was like, they can get players. Why not get Burkina Faso involved too? Because there is a lot of people who play the game and everything. So I decided to register a team this year for Burkina Faso.
So this is your first year?
Yeah, that's the first year for Burkina Faso ever.
How does it feel to be able to represent your country in a game you love in this city?
It's really great because we've been in the Burkina Faso community is really big in Philadelphia, and seeing all these communities, all these countries getting together, 52 countries, and being part of this big competition is really something that we enjoy because we get to meet people, we get to make a statement and let people know that our country is here to represent and show the game.
I want to take that energy and ask you this final question. And the final question is, obviously soccer is a world game, and other countries, love it as much as your native country does. What's it feel like being able to play other countries in a sport like that you may have never met, but not for the sheer love of soccer?
Yeah, it's like it's competition first, and then you realize that how the game is universal and our styles can be different, and the same goal at the end. The way people play different style of play from Peru, from Jamaica to Brazil to West Africa, all the styles are different. That's what makes the beauty of the game, and that's what is really beautiful about the Unity Cup. All these 52 countries, different style, and everybody playing a beautiful game of soccer.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Mauricio Garcia.
Jorge Chavez.
And what teams do you represent?
We represent Team Colombia.
I think you said you already were going. It helps. Okay. Can you spell your first and last name, please?
Yes, first name is Mauricio. Last name is Garcia.
First name is Jorge, Jorge. Last name Chavez, Chavez.
So you play for Team Colombia. What introduced you to the game of soccer? Like, how did you even learn about it? Or was it something that was just...
As soon as I opened my eyes when I was born, man.
Yeah, same here. It started since I was a little kid.
Was there someone in particular that told you, or was it just kind of like, I guess that you grew up and you're like, oh, I guess I'm playing soccer?
I mean, where we're from is basically what everybody breathes every day. You go outside, that's what everybody's doing. You go inside, that's what everybody's watching. So it's basically all around us.
How did you hear about the Unity Cup?
Actually, the first time I heard about the Unity Cup, a friend of mine had a team. And actually, the first year that I personally played for the Unity Cup, I played for Team Argentina. Then the following year, there was a spot opening for Team Colombia. So I took it, and I brought my guys along, and ever since we've been there.
I heard about it from him. He usually takes me to play with his teams around Philly, so I didn't play the first year because I was in college, but after the first year he told me he was going to take Team Colombia, and I hopped on board with him, started playing since then.
What's it mean to be able to represent Colombia in a game of soccer? Like, how does that feel to be able to do that in your city?
Well, to us Colombians and us Tuisto, like a lot of people, we're very proud. We always try to give our best on every single game, every single match. Sometimes we might have like older players, and we go against like younger teams, but we still try to give our all. We still have young players like him, which To me, he's the best center back in Philadelphia. Ain't nobody going through this guy. But it's just fun. At the end of the day, it's fun, and he's prideful doing it for our jersey, for our country.
So what's that idea? You know, soccer is a world game. The Women's World Cup starts this weekend, and maybe we may get the World Cup in Philadelphia. Like we're vying for it, obviously. What's it been to be able to play against other countries that you may have never met or never would have encountered if not for the Unity Cup? Have you established relationships with other countries because of this game? Because of this tournament?
Yeah, of course, man. Like along the way, for the past 3-4 years, we met so many new people, so many great people that until right now we're still friends, not only on the pitch but outside of the pitch. I myself, I have my own business. I own a multi-service down in Northeast Philadelphia. So my clientele, my customers, I have a lot of African customers, a lot of Spanish customers, a lot of Asian customers. We do insurance, so we do all type of stuff, money wiring.
Sure.
And through there, I even benefit from my own business.
Sure.
Because when I met him, I told him, oh, I do this, this, and that. I can help you guys with this, and that. And I gained so many more people going through my business and through my personal life through the tournament that has been great.
Yeah, me through soccer, like I see it recently. I started playing for Philadelphia Lone Star. It's most of the African teams have players there, and when they first introduced me to the team, they're like, oh yeah, we remember him. He played in the Unity Cup, stuff like that. And yeah, you build a lot of relationships through the sport and through the Unity Cup with a lot of countries. I have a lot of Brazilian friends, Argentinian friends. We all remember each other, and it's a great experience, to be honest.
So it's something that you obviously look forward to every year.
Of course, every single year.
And who knows what will happen in the championship, right?
Hey, you never knows, man. For you to win, you got to beat everybody. So that's why you can't complain about the groups. For you to win, you have to beat every single team.
All right, we're good. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Man.
Will Saeed, W-I-L-L, first name, last name S-A-I-E.
What team do you play for?
I'm the coach for Team Ivory Coast.
Oh, okay. So first, tell me your soccer story and how you started to love the game.
Well, I was born in West Africa. It's like, we all start playing as soon as we start walking. So I started playing soccer as soon as I could walk. So that's my soccer story. I immigrated into the U.S. 2000, and soccer was a way to kind of connect with other internationals and kind of assimilate into the U.S. culture. So we use soccer, to make friends, and soccer is what we do.
How did you hear about the Unity Cup?
We're actually in a league in Southwest Philly with other teams like Liberia, Sierra Leone. So when the program started, we were the first teams that got contacted by Bill and the commissioner. So we got to know by hearing from them.
What's it mean to represent your country in the game?
Well, it means a lot. It means a lot. It brings a lot of pride out of the community. There are immigrant groups that we work with in the community from Ivory Coast. So it's good to represent the Ivorians that are living here in the United States and in the Philadelphia area. So there's a sense of pride to be able to represent them when it comes to the Unity Cup.
The last question I had, which ties everything together, is you mentioned about how soccer was a way to learn about other countries, and I think how does it feel that you experience a Unity Cup, strengthening your relationship with other countries and playing soccer in this city?
Yep. Oh yeah. That's a good question. Without a Unity Cup, it will be hard to kind of meet a lot of people from different backgrounds. We all love soccer. We share the love of soccer when we get on the pitch. So I've made some friends with the Ireland coach. I never would have met him if it's not for the Unity Cup. So we play friendlies with the Irish team, the German team, Lithuania is new now, and they're in our group this year. So it'll be good to get to know different people around the city that also love the game that we all love.
Perfect. Thank you.
My name is German Sanchez.
My name is Josué Rincon, Josué Rincon.
What team do you represent?
Mexico.
How'd you even learn about the game of soccer? I know in Mexico it's...
Okay, well, I started when I was 6 years old, and I was started practicing in the streets. After that, my dad included me on the The professional team is Veracruz, and our state. I was there for a couple years, and after that, just keeping learning.
What is the question, sir?
Who taught you the game of soccer? Like, why do you have such a love for it?
We are in Mexico is like a big soccer city, so like they always like love soccer. It's like first sport in Mexico, so we love with the size as a kid. We play like when we have like a 5 years old to 10 years old, so we good.
How did you all hear about the Unity Cup?
Okay, for Unity Cup, I was in 2017. I created a team to play Copa Alianza. That was a national World Cup Hispanic league, and my players that was part of the Mexico team. So they told me, hey, we need a coach, and so that's the part I was close to them. So we get the second place in New York from 5 states. So I've been coaching, and after that I was contact with the Mexican consulate, and that's my second year when I'm here.
What's it mean to both of you to be able to represent your country in a game that you love?
Well, it's nice. Really, let's put it this way: it's hard to be like to represent your team if you're not a professional. But this is a nice tournament that the city created, and we have an opportunity. The most sports we love, and I would say we really are proud with what we're doing. And that was a part of funny things. Like 20 years ago, in my country, I was coaching a school. He was a part of that team, so I bring him to enjoy. So be close, like it's like you have to give a part for a generation. So that's what we're doing.
So I definitely want to ask this. Like, soccer, obviously, this world game, huge Mexico, huge around the world. Have you been able to establish relationships with other countries because of Unity Cup and because of this tournament? Like, have you met people and established relationships with people that you never would have met if not for this game?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, we met a lot of people from other countries, and that's good. Like, for now, we meet 3 people to trying to make like friendly games. So when we went again to the tournament, we see people from Africa, from Asia, from Ukraine. We don't even know there are a lot of people from all these countries here in the city. So this is nice to meet like people from everywhere.
We have been keeping in touch. After the first year, we have been keeping in touch. Like try to be more, not just game friendly. Try to learn couple their culture. This is the part like we are trying to be close to another countries and learning what they like. No, it's only soccer. Like what they're expecting from us too. That's really nice. I mean.
We're good. Thank you.
All right.
Roman Chuprynyak, RomanChuprynyak.
What team do you represent?
I represent Ukraine.
The question I want to ask you first is, what's your soccer story? Like, how did you learn to love the game of soccer?
Since I was a little kid, I grew up in Ukraine at the soccer community. I played for high school, middle school, throughout the school. Right after high school, came to the States, and there was a big lapse in soccer at that time here. Community college didn't have soccer team and so on, but eventually I got to a Ukrainian club, Tryzub in Horsham, which is the home of Ukrainian nationals, 2 times winners of Lamar Hunt Cup, remaining the only winners of the cup in Pennsylvania, so last ones to win. So Philadelphia Union hasn't gotten it yet, so it's still with us.
How'd you hear about the Unity Cup?
Through the community. So the representative from Tryzub is always in the city. He knows Mayor Kenny, and he came to the club and said, listen, the mayor's doing a great job. He's creating a World Cup tournament and Ukraine should be in it. So we came together and we have a lot of Ukrainians and created Team Ukraine.
What does it mean to represent your country in a game you love to play?
No, this is the ultimate dream come true because a lot of us haven't reached the levels that we dream about, and to play for a national team is always the highest standard. And so this is the highest standard for amateur soccer.
But speaking of soccer being this worldly game, what's it been like to be able to play a game against other countries you may have never met, but all for their love of soccer?
Oh yeah, I mean, some of the countries, look, some of the players don't even know the countries, the names of the countries that we played in the first year. And as you come and grow and you get to these kind of events, you see all the flags, all the names, all the countries. And listen, your geography expands. So it's adrenaline on the next level. You play all these nations, you don't know what to expect. You know, you get beliefs. I don't know where they play, who they play, how they play. You come together, you start the game, and the little battle begins.
Okay, perfect.
All right.